It's Tyrod time. New QB, a brand new day against a team that they're all right. They're all right, you know. But before we even talk about that team and look ahead, we already jumping too far. I apologize. Jumping too far. We got to address some questions in house. Okay, so it's time to ask some questions. And of course, with a quarterback change, there are plenty of questions to ask. And guess what? Your boys are here to answer them. We are live. It is Boy Green meets Wudi.
Can you guys help us get a jet chant here? Yeah, going.
Oh.
Okay, right, yeah. Come on in. Yeah.
Okay, let's go! J-E-T-S, jet, jet, jet! Let's go! J-E-T-S, jet, jet, jet! Let's go! There you go, Woody!
Third Party Thursday.
Chris joining us here on the program with a capital P here on the program.
Jake Asman, come on down. How you doing, good sir?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, Boy Green is known for having the intro, but Woody, that was unreal, man. Thanks for the kind words, son.
We are men of many names.
My favorite Austrian Jets fan right there,
Yeah.
baby.
Boy Green
Meets Wudi. Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy James Wudi, and you already know we are Wudi, rocking everywhere. Okay, and the dude right here, he is the boy who became king. Crack him up a little bit, but he is none other than Mr. Paul Esden Jr. And we got the matching, Jet logo hats right now. Tell us, how are you doing?
Well, first off, Woody, thank you so much. When you give that kind of introduction, how can I not, curtsy to the audience? So appreciate the audience wherever you're watching. 5 different destinations. Appreciate you. And yeah, baby, revenge game is in the air. Ty God gets the call. And see no AG quarterback games. Friday's like, everything's on the table. And Monday, it was delivered to the team. Hey, everybody, QB change. Fields, bench. Ty God, in. And here we go. That lead says you led in the prelude, in the monologue. Too many more questions, Woody, which perfect. This is a perfect show for it because from what I understand, the top questions will be asked and answered on today's program. So excellent.
Yes, that's exactly why we're here, to ask questions, to answer questions, to read your questions. Okay, everybody out there in the comments, YouTube at BoyGreen25, at Take Flight Talk, Instagram at BoyGreen25, at the James Wudi. Any question, ask anywhere, including Twitter. Shout out to my guy CBW. He already knows what's good. All right, any question that is asked, we will do our best to answer them. What is up? Hey, that's a question right there. Nothing much. There we go. Let's do it. We are answering questions of all kinds, all sizes. There's no such thing. That's a bad question. My teacher used to tell me back in kindergarten.
All right. Well, let me start this thing off here, Woodster. Aaron Glenn made a quarterback change. He announced that to the team during a meeting yesterday. Justin Fields bench, Tyrod Taylor in. My first question, is it going to make a difference?
Depends on what you mean by difference. I mean, definitely it's not the same thing. So, yes, I say by default, yes. If he had said that Breece Hall was going to be the QB1, then, yeah, maybe not. Because, either way, it's a running back playing QB. And, yeah, I mean, it's probably not going to make a difference. But no, there is a difference because Tyrod is a completely different player than Justin Fields. Did you want to clarify anything else within your question before I continue with my answer? In terms of what kind of...
The jury rests, Your Honor. No, I mean, is it, the Jets' offense has been among the worst offenses in the league from a passing perspective. Running the ball, they're top 5 in the league in rushing. So that's spectacular. So if you think that could have a negative impact, Tyrod Taylor is not as fleet of foot as one Justin Fields. So that could be a difference in a negative way. It could be a difference in a positive way. So from a passing perspective, not only do they have one of the worst, I mean, they've had one of the worst since the last team that did it, which was also a Justin Fields-led group with the Chicago Bears averaging 140 passing yards per game. So, yes, will it make a difference? And you could take that where you'd like. Again, whether that's positive, negative, or both. So, feel free.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it is going to make a difference. I think we're going to see the Jets move the ball more than they have. It's very simple. I mean, they had a QB that was only – finishing games with only 50 yards, which is something that no other QB in the NFL did even one time. Clearly, it's going to be a difference in terms of the run game. That's very sound logic, right? Losing Justin Fields, 40-ish yards per game, will that hurt the rushing attack? I believe that if Tyrod, can hit the same type of timing throws that we've seen him hit already this season, it might open up the run game because they don't, they can't stack the box. Like, we need to keep defenses honest. And I think, being able to do that, you might actually see the run game open up for Brees, who, we've already said so many positive things about, on pace for 1,200 yards, even with, the 50-yard game against New England. So, I think it's about to be a positive difference in terms of total Jet yardage.
Yeah, the only extra element I would add to what you said, and there is, some positivity, and if the passing game opens up, they can't stack the box, and then they got to make business decisions. However, Justin Fields, when he lets freeze frame at the mesh point, Justin Fields snaps the ball and he puts the ball in the gut of Brees Hall. I'm a defensive end. I'm like, this could go either way. I mean, Justin Fields could take this and cause us problems. Brees Hall could take this and could cause us problems. All right. Cut. All right. Justin out. Tyrod in. Same scene and action. Okay. Tyrod Taylor. Ball in the gut of Brees Hall. I'm a defensive end. I'm like, okay, Tyrod, you can take this, buddy. I'm closing in on Brees. That's another element of the running game that I'm curious. In those situations, do defenses respect Tyrod Taylor's mobility? He showed some in week 3 in Tampa. It's hard to judge the Carolina game only being a half and him being thrown out there. But for a Tampa perspective, he was quite fleet of foot as, defenders were coming in on him, escaping the pocket, keeping plays alive. But I am curious, with him being the clear starter heading into a week, will defenses, specifically Baltimore, respect Tyrod Taylor's ability to run the football? I'm not so sure. I think they may say, if Tyrod Taylor starts beating us with his legs, then blessed be he. We're going to make sure Brees Hall doesn't. And if Tyrod starts gashing us, then okay, we'll alter the game plan. That's a second half adjustment. That's what I'm sort of curious
about. I mean, I don't expect them. I guess I would agree with your belief that they're not going to be scared of Tyrod's legs. And I don't think they should be or have to be. And especially with, running attacks, we talk about one of the most prolific running attacks in the entire NFL, the Detroit Lions. That has absolutely nothing to do with Jared Goff's legs. Ain't nobody worried about Jared Goff taking off like that is. So it's not a prerequisite to have a mobile QB to have a great rushing game. And I think we're about to see that on Sunday.
Touche.
I got a question, and we just talked about yards. I'm expecting, an uptick of yards. But who's getting these yards? All right, who is about to lead this team in targets, in yards? I mean, we got a few options, and I really. You guys know I love to, talk to FanDuel, tell them, my thoughts. But I really don't have a thought that I'm willing to put money on in terms of answering that question.
I don't know if my answer is going to have you rushing to grab your wallet, but I don't know how much belief or faith you have in the process over here of my answers. But I'll tell you this. I think Adonai Mitchell is going to be fed targets. I don't think the Jets are going to stray away after a poor performance in terms of catching the football and drops, and that could deter them in some way. I think they're going to be encouraged, just as James Wudi was in a a rare moment of optimism from Wudi going, hey, all right, some separation. We had some of those comments from Wudi, and I had to ask if he was okay or if he was being impersonated, because I'm not used to those kind of comments coming from my co-host's mouth of positivity in the middle of what was clear negativity.
I'm always positive. What are you talking about? I'm always positive.
That's what R&R says in the YouTube chat. I see him all the time.
Hey, you know what it is? It's not, like I said, it's not about positivity and negativity. It's about what's going on. You guys are the ones that put people on the cross for dropping a pass.
It's you people. It's our people.
You, Alan Lazard. My guy, Alan Lazard drops one pass, and he's the worst player to ever play in the NFL. And that's what you guys, I'm trying to save my guy, AD, from that type of hate. Because that's what you guys are, a hateful breed. Right? Okay. And that, you guys are looking, he dropped one pass. Oh my God, he doesn't deserve life.
One pass?
That's, it could be one, could be a little bit more than one, but that's how you guys act. So I'm actually been consistent in defending people who, play the game.
Well, thank you, superhero Static Shock. Whoop, whoop. Thank you for helping these people and saving them.
That was racist, but I won't even, we won't harp on it.
That's a very niche reference. So hopefully people got the Static Shock reference. So one of my, backyard underrated superhero shout out there. So again, take care of some of that from the 90s, early 2000s. But I think it's going to be Adonai Mitchell, if I'm being candid. I think he's going to get a lot of ops. Now, can he take advantage of the ops? That'll be on him. But I think Tyrod Taylor's going to, and here, this is nuance. This is a subtle thing. But I think Justin Fields, one of his problems is not only is he wildly inaccurate, but even when he gets you the ball, he doesn't put a receiver in a position to take advantage, to lead him and say, okay, now I've got room to make a move. Okay, so it's an open slant, and I could get 7 yards here if a quarterback throws me the ball. Now there's this. If he gives me the ball leading me here, I can get 7 on the catch and maybe another 7 on the yak. Like, maybe he can put me in a position where I can make a move out there. Now, I don't think we're going to mistake Adonai Mitchell go, Is that Garrett Wilson on some of those yak plays? I don't know if we're going to quite get there. We need to see it. But I think he's going to get targets. I think he's going to be peppered with targets in this game and many games moving forward. So Adonai Mitchell, to me, is the answer to the question. I'm curious because on the side of milk cartons, in my fridge, maybe Mason Taylor. Where did Mason Taylor go? With everyone else disappearing, you'd think he would be a clear guy to get the rock. And that has not consistently happened for whatever the reason, especially with no Garrett Wilson. That doesn't seem to make any sense. So he's one I would like to see. But again, we don't have a large sample size of Tyrod Taylor starts with the Jets. Obviously, only he's had one in his Jets career so far, and that was back in week 3. So we don't know what his preferred dating profile is on who he's looking for. Is it just the open guy? Is there chemistry that's happened in practice that we don't know about that we're now going to see? Oh, he clearly trusts this guy. Oh, he clearly trusts this guy. That'll be another piece of the puzzle I'm curious about. But to answer your question straight up, I think Adonai Mitchell is the answer to that question.
That's super fair. Obviously, that would be really cool to see. I do think that Mason, will have something to say about that. To answer your question, which is a fair question, where has he been? I think that's a Fields issue, and I'm not trying to just dump on Justin Fields for the sake of just jumping. You know what I'm talking about? Jumping on Justin Fields, but that Panthers game, that was a game where I was so high on the tight end. I had people in this fan base spending their hard-earned money talking about, we're going to bet the over on Mason Taylor. And this dude, Justin Fields, didn't look at his way one time. And as soon as he was benched, Tyrod Taylor hit him 3 times for, I want to say, like 30 yards. And that over was 40 yards. So if we had just one, more catch on that rate, we would have been laughing to the bank. And, I think Tyrod, his first touchdown this year was to Jeremy Ruckert. I feel like he's looking all throughout the field. He doesn't have tunnel vision on who his number one guy is supposed to be. And I feel like Fields, especially when you can't read the field, you're going to key in on guys. And he was keying in on Garrett against the Patriots. He was keying in on AD, but he's not reading the whole field. So with Tyrod, with him reading the whole field, I think he is just going to play the open guy. So that's where I wasn't sure. Is Mason going to be the one that's open? We just seen AD, burn Christian Gonzalez. So maybe he'll be open. Mechie, maybe the guy guarding him will just fall on the ground again. Maybe he'll be open. And we got some other guys, of course, Brees. Anytime Brees has the ball, it's a good play, in my opinion. So there's a lot of options, but questions back to you.
All right. My serve. Okay, like in we, I'm going to go, huh. And here it is. Are the let me make sure I don't want to miss my joke. I'm a comedian. I got the mic, and I don't want to be the joker. Like I read it and go and no one, Joaquin Phoenix. I don't want to hold the book open and then the room's silent. Okay, so let me make sure I get this appropriately.
A lot of pressure here.
Are the Jets going to regret trading away Quinnen Williams after his performance last night?
No.
Okay, because your father's in here, and shout out to your pop. Thanks Coffee Club for QW, and I will give you this just in case you missed Boy Green Daily this morning. My father texted me last night. Our father texted me last night as we're doing the game, or the game's going on, and he is letting me know that he wanted to be honest, and he agreed with the F grade that the Cowboys received in the Quinnen Williams deal. And I said, "Oh, you agree with it?" He's like, "Yeah, it's F for fucking fantastic. Thanks for Quinnen Williams, suckers." And so he sent that through. So shout out to Pop for that text last night. So again, Quinnen Williams looked like a man reborn. He had more sacks and quarterback pressures yesterday in one game than he had in 8 games combined with the New York Jets. He looks like a man renewed, and he seemed to unlock a lot of the other players that are balling out on the Cowboys. So that's not a tangible stat you could see for Quinnen, but everyone else balling out, damn, Quinnen looked like a man reborn. So my question is simple, Mr. Wudi. I got a Quinnen Williams jersey, one of my 2 jerseys I have in my closet. I'm just saying, hey, are the Jets going to regret trading away Quinnen Williams? It's very simple.
Yeah, I actually have 2 different Quinnen Williams jerseys. Yikes. Yikes. I'm so super proud of both of them.
Great.
And yeah, he was a great Jet. He was my favorite Jet. Right now, I don't even have a favorite Jet because it was Quinnen and they traded him away. I was super excited to see him be fantastic. As a matter of fact, I texted my cousin, the one that you met at the Jets Cowboys game. I texted him. I said, "How you liking my guy?" Because he has been fantastic. And that's the case. But they got the haul that they got. Their plan is something different. So I don't think what did you expect Quinnen to just stink? No, he is a top 5 defensive tackle, so he's gonna have good games. I feel like that question is low key, crazy to ask. Of course, yeah, he's gonna have good games. I'm happy for him. I want him to be the best possible player he can be. But the Jets did what they did. They got the haul that they got, and we gotta hit on those picks.
What did I expect from Quinnen? I actually thought he was gonna do what he did last night. I thought and I told my pop this, that I think he admitted in his introductory Cowboys press conference that the losing got to him, it was beating him up, and he was constantly thinking about it. So I assumed, even though the Cowboys, when he was traded to that team, was 3-5-1, so I don't know if that's dramatically different than the Jets, but I think he was going to be rejuvenated. Like, boom, new place. Look, I got a quarterback. Dak Prescott's great. I don't have to worry about Tim Boyle. I got Dak Prescott over here, and people can talk whatever trash they want you about Dak Prescott. That's a better quarterback than the Jets have had maybe ever. So that's terrific. So I thought Quinn was going to play out of his mind, and he clearly did. But there are a lot of people in the audience that once Quinn was traded, they went, "Oh, thank God, he stunk. He was over the hill." Not by age; he's only 27, but like washed up. Oh man. Thank God we got rid of that. Woo! Dodged a bullet. Oh, cool. We got some draft picks out of it, but we got rid of Quinton at a good time while the value was right because he's going to implode on another team. So my pop saw that and he was lighting me up with text about it. Not that I said those things, but other people were. So, you asked me, what did I expect? I expected what I saw from Quinton, but apparently a lot of other people didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. Luckily, those people weren't really talking to me too much because we would have had to square up. I would have started looking like Jake Paul on all these Netflix specials with anybody saying that nonsense to me. But luckily, they didn't. But yeah, I guess my question is kind of in the similar vein. Maybe not. Okay. Let me not say similar vein. But it's purely like, can does this defense have the personnel to hinder Lamar Jackson?
That's a completely different vein. I'm not a doctor.
Because Quinnen would have been part of that personnel. We just talked about somebody personnel. Did they regret, getting rid of their personnel? Well, now post that, do they have the personnel to stop Lamar Jackson?
Different vein.
Yeah.
Separate veins.
You don't even know you got to play operation because clearly you don't know what you're talking about.
Let me see. Let me do a quick Google search here. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Here's a trivia question, Woody, because this come up. No trivia music for you. How many veins are in the human body?
I have no idea. Actually,
okay. What? Give me a guess. You give me a guess. Try to give that a whirl.
What? Do you know that we live right now? What are we trying to do? All I'm trying to know is can we stop Lamar Jackson? And you out here hitting me with these Grey's Anatomy type Meredith Grey questions. Okay. Stick to the task at hand.
But can you just answer the question, man? How many veins are in the human body? You may need this on a future trivia night to save your family. I don't know what's going on.
To save my family from who? What are you talking about?
What if you're playing a soccer game and they're like, you want to play a game? And then how many veins are in the human body? If not, boop, your cousin Ray, Gonzo. So anywho, so what's going on? How many veins?
Yeah, I can't believe you would ask this question because I just Googled it and it's not even it's one set number. It's a range.
So you Googled it? That's cheating.
I just Googled it right now.
Yeah, I know that's cheating. Yet Googling it after someone asked you a trivia question? Yeah, that'd be cheating.
I didn't sign up for trivia, Boy Green. We're doing a show about the New York Jets.
You didn't sign up? So you could just opt out? Well, what are you, Quinnen Williams? Oh, you didn't sign up for what the Jets provided you, so you can just opt out and then be like,
on that dude's name.
Nice.
You put some respect on that dude's name, but you asking a trick question because it's not even a number. It's a range. But
you didn't even give me any number. So what? Did you just think no matter what you said, I was just gonna be like, wrong? Sorry, pal.
You're trying to set somebody up by asking a specific number when the answer is a range.
I didn't ask for a specific number. I said, how many veins are in the human body? I didn't say specifically how many. I just asked general. How many?
All right. Well, the real question that we asking right now is
totally destroyed it.
Do the Jets have the personnel to hinder Lamar Jackson?
Obviously. Yes. Yes, they do.
Obviously.
Yes. Obviously, I that may not be your O word on your Scrabble board, but get used to
and those glasses you said are prescription, or are they blue light like these?
One lens is prescription, the other one is just a piece of glass because most people don't walk around with a monocle. So yeah,
it's just one?
Yeah, no, dead serious. So it is. I mean, you can't see it with our cameras, but this left one, my left eye is weak. This right is just a piece of glass. There's nothing to it. It's perfect vision in that eye. The left eye is the other one that's messed up.
Yeah, I don't know. You might need two. I don't know if there's perfect vision in that right eye, depending on what you say next. Depending on what you say next about what you seeing in the Jets defense that could hinder Lamar Jackson. Talk to us.
Well, twofold here. Number one, if for me, who has his beard on the line for this Ravens game, all right, I'm uniquely invested into this game more than any Jets game that I have been in quite some time. So I want them to win. If I'm a Jets fan, which I am highly encouraged with what I just saw against the Cleveland Browns and this Ravens team, because there have been Ravens teams that have blown the barn doors off the Cleveland Browns before. And that was not what we saw against the Cleveland Browns. Lamar, coming off of injury, has not looked like full-time Lamar Jackson yet, which means he's had to rely on the players on the team to sort of be, as we did superhero references earlier, be those superheroes for Lamar. So Lamar, occasionally, as Lamar Jackson, he's going to have really big plays as a multi-time former NFL MVP. What I saw most recently shows to me that there are cracks in the Ravens offensive foundation, and we already knew there was cracks in the Ravens defensive foundation. So to answer your question about do they have the right personnel, I absolutely think so. Your QB spy, his name is Quincy Gosh darn Williams. He has the speed to, as close as anyone has the speed defensively, to be able to be a guy that can at least challenge Lamar as a QB spy. Not a lot of teams have that unique set of skills from a player that can even have a chance to keep him somewhat contained in wherever you're going to go. So to me, Quincy Williams is 1,000% my QB spy in this game, and that is what I'm dedicating his role to and following him around. And then you look at the wide receivers. Zay Flowers, I think, is a nice player. I don't think he's a top 5 wide receiver in football. Rashad Bateman's been hurt, so we'll see whatever his health status is as we progress later in the week. Mark Andrews is a unique animal, but he's getting older. And while he can do some crazy-ass Wildcat stuff, as just a pure tight end, he has not been classic vintage Mark Andrews. So we have an older Mark Andrews. We have Zay Flowers, who, again, the Jets have faced much better wide receivers so far this season. I don't know. I look at it and think they have plenty of personnel to be able to match up. Brandon Stevens' revenge game. No one's talking about old Brandon Stevens facing his old team, huh? What about some Brandon Stevens revenge game action? Not enough of that storyline being thrown out there in the universe. Azareye'h Thomas should come back this week after his concussion, and he showed some flashes as a young player. So Jermaine Johnson, he's the 2 games where the Jets had a game against the Patriots and then a game against the Browns. So he had 2 sacks in 5 days. And then you have Will McDonald. So hell yes. Can the Jets match up? Yes. Is this the greatest Jets defense of all time? No, it's not. And I'm a little concerned about Steve Wilkes, the play caller. But do they have the personnel? The personnel was a question? Yes, they do. Yeah.
Well, we don't know if you'll have the beard. To my guy in the danger zone, Dano. He does not know about your situation.
Oh, yes.
This is putting your. Oh yeah. I guess you can do it.
I shouldn't assume, right? I just assume everyone's seen every Boy Green Meets Wudi episode, that they're just, they're binge watching.
Well, we definitely never talked about it there. I think this is the first one.
Well, we've talked about it on the Boy Green Meets Wudi before as well, but it originated on Boy Green Daily. So here it is. Long story short. Alon calls into the show. He's a caller. You guys see him all across Jets content creator shows. This is before the Patriots game. So after the Brown games, I'm feeling hype. Oh wow, Jets won 2 in a row. Woohoo! Let's go kick some Patriots ass. Alon calls into the show, says, "Hey, if the Jets go into New England and beat the Patriots and go into Baltimore and beat the Ravens, I'll basically give $300 to the channel. I'll buy a bunch of memberships." I'm like, all right, cool. But if they lose to both of those opponents, which, again, both opponents are heavily favored, then you got to shave your beard off. And I'm like, I'm not shaving the whole beard off. And then we went back and forth on the negotiations, and long story short, I'll be able to keep some of my beard, but most of it would disappear. And obviously the Patriots already lost, the Patriots already won, excuse me. So now all that has to happen is Ravens beat the Jets, and then my beard will be gonzo. And if that also happens, a window will open from after the game at like 4:00 to Wednesday at whatever time. If people donate 100 memberships in those 3.5 days, we will live stream my beard being shaved off, which I would prefer not to have happen. So don't do that, please. And it would be embarrassing enough to show up on the show without most of my beard. But yes, that's the full shish kebab.
Damn, I didn't even hear that part. So I learned something new today. That he will be live streaming his beard getting shaved. That's crazy.
Yeah,
because the Ravens definitely winning this game. And yeah,
definitely. Look at what just happened. So what? Okay, here's we're playing question game. We're playing 20 questions here, like we're on our third date. Okay, you want to play 20 questions here? All right, here's a question. Okay, here's a question. Does the Browns-Ravens game change anything with your perception of the Baltimore Ravens? The fact that was a close game with half of Dylan Gabriel and half of Shedeur Sanders, that the Browns had the ball with a chance to win the game at the end, right there, and they blew it, and they didn't, but they could have. So the Ravens didn't run away from the Browns, who stink, who we beat. So did that change your perception of anything heading into this game with the spread as everyone's tied? Well, there you go. That's the quickest answer in any of these questions history.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a very unnecessary ramble. Personnel. I don't think we have the personnel. We don't have Myles Garrett. We don't have Denzel. We don't have any of these. The Browns have a top, 5 defense pretty much, in all the measurables. The reason why they're not even, they're not even better numbers statistically is because of how bad the offense was. And we didn't even take advantage of the defense. We had 54 passing yards. It was special teams was the only reason why they won the game. Without those 2 TDs, what is that, a 2013 loss? So
you can't do what? They just don't get those drives anymore then?
They get the drive. Justin Fields had 54 yards.
Okay, but if you take away 2 full drives, that could have been more passing yards. You're just wiping away the drives, and you're making them. Oh, I know those were touchdowns, but now they just don't exist. They just disappear. Players died on that play. Sorry.
My God. Yeah. So
that's convenient. That's convenient. That's convenient. If you take away this one thing that was their greatest thing, yep, they lose. Yeah, okay, nice.
They're great. Something that literally has not happened in decades.
Okay.
Something like you act like, like the Browns, we smack the Browns, 10 times out of 10, we smacking the Browns. That's how you talking about that.
The Browns suck. Yes or no?
We didn't have a shooting star fly up our ass in order to win that game.
Do the Browns stink? Yes or no?
They are not a great football team.
Okay, that's a funny, long, rambling way of just saying, yes, they stink. Okay. And they lost 1-score game to the Baltimore Ravens. What does that mean?
What does that mean? Divisional rivals play close games all the time.
Okay. So a blip on the radar. All right.
Don't get mad at me. I didn't tell you to shave your beard.
You said you're optimism.
You don't want to offer your beard.
You said you're captain positivity, and then you're like, wow, well, obviously we have no chance against the Ravens. What, did you think we had no chance against the Patriots? What about that one? That game was close, and we only had 50 yards passing. No magical special teams touchdowns.
Hey, come on now. Put some respect. 108, 116. All right, come on now. JF7. The savior. Come on now.
So what? Oh, is that just another divisional game? So throw that one out too?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Hey,
go on. What's your question? Go on, please.
I asked the last question. You just been so upset.
I just asked you a million questions. I just asked you a bunch of
those are your questions. Okay.
Oh, those don't count. Oh, I'm sorry. Those questions. When I ask you something and there's a question mark at the end of it, I figured that was the back and forth on question. I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't know those didn't count. Oh, I see. Yeah, I asked you last question. Oh, did you? I thought I asked you 4 questions in the middle of all that, but I guess not. Short-term memory loss must be the concussions. Yeah. No, go ahead. Yeah. True.
I can't believe your beard got you acting like this.
Oh,
I feel so sorry.
Yeah.
So my next question is: since you want to talk about last game, you're very, very excited about last game. I think you are going to be surprised to see, the Baltimore Ravens that are playing this Sunday. But you want to bring up last game where Lamar Jackson, he threw 2 interceptions. So do you believe he's going to throw an interception against the New York Jets. If you had to put money on it, if as a matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, there's a shooter. There is a shooter ready to take out your family. They say if the Jets don't get an interception, and you all you have to do is get it right. You just have to get it right. Will they get an interception or will they not? If you get it right, they live. What is your choice?
I'll load the gun for them. They are absolutely getting an interception. And
so you're gonna lose your beard and your family in the same day. There's something wrong with this man.
Okay. Well, let's talk about odds, right? Because when you play roulette and you load one bullet in the gun, you spin it and you put it on the table, and it's me and you sitting there. We're talking about odds. If I pick up this gun, put it in my mouth, and pull the trigger, what's going to happen? Well, okay, let's talk about odds. There has not been a single team in NFL history that's gone through 12 weeks of a season without a pick. The Jets, if they don't get a pick against the Ravens, would become the first team in NFL history. It's never happened before. So the gun that I'm picking up, I'm like, so this has never killed anyone. Nope, not one person. Interesting. Pull the trigger. It's never happened before. All you need is and Lamar Jackson's awesome. He's an awesome player, and he's going to the Hall of Fame one day. He threw 2 picks, and I don't even remember the picks because I was tuning in and out of the game with the Octo Box. Shout out to the overlords. No Jets game on Sunday. I got to watch 7 games at the same time. That was sweet. Okay, so I don't remember exactly the interceptions, but I imagine some of them are not just Lamar Jackson makes a bad read. Sometimes you make the proper one. Kalen Saunders, the Jets' newest addition, right? The 2-time Super Bowl champion, former Chief, former Saint, former Jaguar, okay? He got an interception off of his old teammate, Patrick Mahomes. How? Here's Patrick. Juju! Throws it to Juju. Juju has it like this. It hits him right in the midst, and doink, flies up in the air. Kalen Saunders, one hand picks it off, and his fat ass runs 36 yards. So you tell me, my family, right? We got a sniper on my family. He's like, hey, Paul, is it going to happen? They have 60 minutes for an oblong-shaped ball to just bounce one way once, and that's if Lamar doesn't just misread something. Like, he thinks it's man its own, and he throws it right to the guy they intercepted, or a ball just bounces a different way. Hell yes, I think they're going to find a way to get one interception, one stinking interception in a 60-minute football game where weird shit happens. Yes, I do think they will. And if not, well, I guess I'm looking for a new family.
Well, let's hope they're not watching, because that just shows me how I can't even. What I will point to is CBW record setters, because that's what the New York Jets will be, because they are not getting an interception. I go to the bank with that. I literally go to the bank. You talking about all they have to do is one crazy bounce in 60 minutes. They haven't done it all year. They haven't done it all year. The balls come to them and they just drop. The Butterfinger squad of the century is not happening. And that's usually what happens when good teams have bad games. They usually follow them up with good games. So definitely don't be surprised when they light up the City of Lights on that football field.
Okay, Woody, because you're saying, hey, this bet this bet this. You're a betting savant. What was refresh my memory, because again, all the things in my little peanut brain, I'm not as smart as you. In the Patriots game, we had on Taylor Kyles. He joined us on the pregame show, which was Thursday. And there was an over-under you floated out. Do you remember the over-under you floated out that you said it's guaranteed to be under this? Do you remember what that was, Woody?
Yes, I do.
What was it?
It was Breece Hall rushing yards.
Oh, what was the rushing yards?
It was 54.5. That was the rushing yards. And I said, I don't think he's going to get over that.
You said obviously he's going to get under that, is what you said.
Yeah, I said, which is the same thing as me saying I don't think he's going to get over. That's the same thing.
Okay. So you said he was going to clearly get under, and I was baffled, saying he's definitely getting over, and you said absolutely not, and you showed me all these statistics, and hey, this is why I do the betting, and I do the betting, and you do the shutting upping, and then interesting, I look at Breece Hall, and he had over
58 yards.
So there was more. That's just an easier way to say it, Woody. Just say it with me. More. Well, he just technically he woulda coulda. So he had more.
I'll show you my FanDuel slip.
So do you tell the betting people like, yeah, but it was only this much. So did it happen or didn't happen? Oh, it did. Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I'll show you my FanDuel slip right now.
Excuse me.
Because that's so funny you say that.
Betting genius on this side or the other. You say
because I did actually put him for 50.
It was poor people and these
you out here
people that listen to you to sell their hard-earned money they have for their family. Dinner tonight or this lock of a bed that James Wudi says, oh, for sure, this is definitely it. And then you screwed those people. There are people on the streets because of your shitty betting advice, pal. Okay, and now you're trying to throw the wool over their eyes again with saying, "Oh, definitely no picks happening." I can tell you that for sure. I know the last one fucked up, but this one I got, John. Okay, all right, sure.
Well, like I was trying to say, I can show you my FanDuel slip right now. I actually did put in the Brees rushing yards, but I didn't put it at 54. Sometimes you gotta juice up the line. Yeah, I put it up 59.5, which is why I know exactly how many yards he got. He got 58, and your boy was laughing all the way to the bank. So, anytime you try to dunk on people, bro.
And by the way, let's say you're right. So let's say you're right. Let's say you pull this up. You're not right. You're still wrong. You told the people, the public.
No, I said I didn't
correct it. You didn't say after with a tweet, "Hey, folks, I know what I said on the show."
What, you checking my Twitter? You don't know my team.
So you put it on Twitter? Because I was about to say your last Twitter was a retweet of Rich Samini's shitty passing yard for Justin Fields. Because if I looked at your Twitter, that was the last tweet you had.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too active on Twitter. But in all seriousness,
I see. Oh, so you didn't. Okay. All right.
But in all seriousness, I did put 59.5. All right. I definitely did not say actually I might have said should you bet on it? I'm not sure. I said I didn't feel comfortable. I definitely feel it. I said I didn't feel comfortable. You act like I remember what I said word for word. I said I did not feel comfortable.
You should be
I'm right here. Hey, I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere.
That you believed in it. And I said, no way. And you fought back on me. And now you're saying, well, okay, I got it wrong, but I got it right for myself. Look at my betting slip. Oh, so you fucked all these poor people that have a modicum of money to spend. Nice, classy. I hope you can go to sleep at night. Get a whole bag of coal, you Santa piece of shit. Jesus.
We got some super chats in the building. Okay. I think we have multiple of them.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, shout out. Let's get them up on here.
Yeah, let's
Lou B.
Lou B is first. Our guy, Lou B, who was at the Patriots game. Appreciate you calling into the live show.
Wow.
After going over the draft last night with Nick Shine, Alon, and Ricky New York, I'm in full tank mode. It will cost too much to move up, so let's lose to win. Your response there.
Wooch. Respectfully, I'm trying to win any game or as many games as possible. I don't think the number one pick or number two pick is worth the win, like the actual building of the locker room, the culture, everything that they're trying to accomplish. That's irreplaceable. If they somehow rattle off like 4 of their next 5 or something like that, like they're going to be energized. They're going to be ready for the next season. And what happens? You still bring in premium talent. We got 2 first-round picks. Who knows if, we're trading those picks for Joe Burrow, something like that. But they have so much flexibility that tanking is almost like the worst thing you can do. If you only have one shot, one chance to get it right, maybe it's like, okay, let's just get the highest pick. But no, you have so many picks. You have 3 next year, you have 2 this year, and you have a team, inside the building that wants to win. They're not trying to lose. So I'm saying new coach, they got to win every game they can. I want them to win I want them to win out. And they don't even need to get a QB this year, in my opinion. But if they do, they don't need the number one pick to do it. So either way, I would be against the tank.
we need to start these kind of things that I'm about to say with all due respect. With all due respect. Nick Shine, love you. Jets content creator extraordinaire. Alon, a great Jets fan that calls into all these shows, a great contributor. Ricky New York Live, I love Ricky. He's got his own YouTube channel. It's terrific, and he studies a draft and he puts as much work as he can with his other jobs as well. And I'm sure a lot of people have normal day jobs too that they balance to make this happen. I'm not questioning their draft insights or preparation or research that they've done, but no matter what research Shine, Alon, Ricky, or Luby yourself did, there's no guarantee. I've done I have old notebooks of draft, like prospects, all this. I tried my hand at scouting. It didn't work out very well. But I tried my hand at scouting and trying to get as much info as I could and put it out there in the universe. And I've been right on guys. Dak Prescott was one I loved coming out of the draft, and he slipped because of some off-the-field stuff. And I said, oh, man, I think he's got a chance. And I said, oh, well, let's see if he could go to day 3. And I have it on an old notebook. It says Dak Prescott Jets with a big circle around it. Jets didn't listen. But I have plenty of misses, plenty of ones where I'm like, yeah, it's definitely this. And then blew it. I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't so good. So, number one, the draft is an inexact science. I love the draft. Me, Wudi, and the whole universe are we talking plenty of draft when the Jets have 4 top 50 picks right now. The Cowboys pick, their Jets pick, the Colts pick, and their Jets pick again. The 2 first-rounders and the 2 second-rounders. They have plenty of ammo. I am not in the mode to just tank because, first off, nothing is guaranteed. And number 2, Aaron Glenn is in his first year. It's a lot of what Woody just said. You want to set the tone. You want to build something here. You don't want to just end the season 2-15. The Jets are 2-8 right now. Losing out would put them at 2-15. You don't want to do that and have that sort of negative energy and everything that's around this team. So while there are wonderful players in the draft, and I am a Fernando guy, I like him a lot. I'm not. Let's play it out and we'll see where we are. Because here's the thing: while I don't want to light the Jets draft assets on fire, if they go through this process and Fernando is the guy right now, Tennessee is the favorite to have the number 1 overall pick. They're not taking a quarterback. If the Jets are wowed in this process, go holy friggin' crap! This Fernando Mendoza guy, he's our franchise quarterback. You call Tennessee and you give them an offer they can't refuse, and you want to know who's going to remember what you gave up? No one. If it works. If Fernando is a franchise quarterback, no one gives a shit what you gave up. So I get it. What you're trying to say is, take out, then you don't have to trade up and do this or that. What if you do all that and then you're like, shit, Fernando isn't the guy. All right, well, we take for nothing. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So, no, I would not take. To me, I'm rooting for wins. When I'm watching a Ravens game this week, I'm rooting for a win for extra reasons too. But in all seriousness, I'm rooting for wins on a week-to-week basis. So, no, I'm not for the tank. There, from every draft expert on the planet, there's no one worth even tanking for. There's debates on who the number 1 overall guy is. So, yeah, I won't be swimming in these waters. By the way, real quick, Luby, you're up to 6 raffle tickets this month, which I appreciate. We're doing a beautiful Marty Lyons autograph giveaway with an autographed Marty Lyons jersey and an autographed Marty Lyons hat. So thank you so much again to Carl who donated that in. But good super chat there. Let's go to another one here, Woodster. Oh, was there anything else, excuse me, to cut it off? Was there anything else you want to say about Luby's super chat? Okay. I thought so, but didn't want to assume. You know what they say about assuming. All right, another super chat.
Wow.
RJ MacPot 720. $5 super check coming in. Who's more of a dark horse for drafting a quarterback high? Tennessee new head coach quitting on Ward? Perhaps Rams prepping for the future? Fascinating question here. Woody, I'll take this one first. Again, let me pull up Tankathon so you guys can see it. So we're all doing this together here. Actually, I believe I have it already cut up, but just in case, I want to make sure we have the most up-to-date, accurate information. So this is the top 10 of the 2026 NFL draft with the latest info coming from Tankathon. Again, the number 1 tiebreaker for the first round is SOS. That is strength of schedule, people. And the less difficult your schedule is and the more losing you do, rises you up the board. So here it is. Here is the top 10 of the 2025 NFL draft, or 2026 NFL draft, excuse me. We should have that here in just a second. File issue. Excellent. All right. Well, I'll have that up for you guys in just a second, but here it is because I can see it in front of me. So here is what I would say for this question on who is surprise team. I don't think Cleveland's a surprise. So let me, I guess, get the non-surprise out of the way. Cleveland could totally take a quarterback. I could totally see that. Las Vegas could totally take a quarterback in the top 10. I could see that. New Orleans, even. Tyler Shuck was a top 40 pick, but I could totally see them taking a quarterback. Rams, maybe to the point of your question. Okay, I think we got the image now. Okay, so here we go. Here is the top 10. I'll hide your super chat for a second, RJ MacPod, and then we'll go back to it in a second. This is the top 10 of the 2026 NFL draft. And to me, teams that could totally take a quarterback, unquestioned. Cleveland, New Orleans, Las Vegas. You could make a case for the Rams because Matthew Stafford is in a year-to-year situation. Could they find this as a unique opportunity to take a quarterback and develop him? Sure. Obviously, Arizona is in the mix for the Kyler Murray situation. So I think the non-surprise teams are Cleveland, Saints, Raiders, Rams, and Cardinals. Before I move on, Woody, do you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah.
Okay. For surprises, yes, I suppose we have to leave that possibility there. Let me pull back up your super chat here, RJ MacPot, RJ MacPot. Yeah, I guess we can't completely say Tennessee won't take a quarterback because Cardinals did it with the Josh Rosen, Kyler Murray situation. Took a first-round quarterback next year, flipped it. So once it happens once in history, it's certainly possible, and even sometimes when it hasn't ever happened before, history could certainly be made. So yeah, Tennessee could be. Giants are totally out. There's no way they're taking a quarterback with Jackson Dart for obvious reasons. And the Jets, I didn't mention them, but obviously the Jets are in the quarterback conversation. They could totally take one. Washington isn't. They have Jaden Daniels. There's nothing that's going to change there that would put it there. And then to just Cincinnati, obviously, it's not taking one with Joe Burrow. So no, the only real surprise that you could argue out of the teams that we said were not obvious is Tennessee. And Rams, I don't even know if that one would be a surprise, to be honest, because I think prepping for the future, I think that could totally happen. Matt Stafford's getting older. He had all the back concerns, and even him at an MVP level, this is a bonus pick. The Rams still have their own first-round pick. The Falcons traded up, so this is a bonus lottery pick. I don't even think it would be a surprise. They're like, sweet, we have a unique opportunity. We're never in the top 10. We have this pick from the Falcons. I think them taking a quarterback wouldn't be a surprise, to be honest with you.
I think it depends on their season. Like, I feel like if they don't get as close to the Super Bowl as they want, they're going to want to reload with a win now move because their Super Bowl window is open right now. They can win. But obviously if they win the Super Bowl this year, which they were my pick to get there, then, they might be.
Did you bet on that?
I did not actually. There's not a lot of good money in futures, in my personal opinion. And you got to wait like so long to turn like $5 into like 85. You wait like 8 months for that. Like, that's crazy. So no, I did not. But if I did, that probably would have been like 5 for 85. Anyway, like the Rams. So I would be. Like I said, depends on what they how they finish. To answer your question, RJ MacPot, I feel like there could be some dark horses, and of course that would be outside the top 10, like teams like trade up.
I see what you're saying.
And get QBs. I mean, this would kind of be crazy, but if the man they call 9, is just completely disrupting the offense, making my God Jettas, demand a trade. The Vikings have been so solid for so long on the offensive side of the ball and have made it work with just about everybody. For them to draft a guy and he's just not working out, and like their window is kind of now, and now you've seen the Bears elevate. They might have a knee-jerk reaction and try to, really quickly revamp their offense. And that would be at the expense of J.J. McCarthy, who I definitely never thought should have been drafted that high in the first place. So maybe there's a little bit of, there's never really, bias with the takes, but I guess just call it the crystal ball. Miami, are they done with Tua? That could be possible. Miami out here, one last Mike McDaniel, please don't fire me move. Dable tried it. He still got fired though.
That's true. Hey, one more team, the ever great James Wudi. Didn't when we were talking about this with Macho Talks Jets on his show, we're talking about teams that could take a quarterback. Didn't you bring up the Carolina Panthers and say something about Bryce Young this, Bryce Young that? Because he threw for more passing yards in a single game than any Panther in history over the weekend. So speaking of putting some respect on names, is there another backpedal you'd like to do, James Wudi, on the disrespect that won through at Bryce Young?
No. Thank you for getting 29 fantasy yards. Fantasy points. Yeah. Oh my God. That was a nice help me get my dub this weekend.
Wow. Okay. So just going to leave that pot right where it sits. But no, so to you mentioned the teams I looked outside the top 10 with you. And again, Minnesota, and apparently they tried a couple years ago to go get Drake May and make some crazy ass 3-4 first round picks. And obviously,
I wish they did.
Yeah, me too. And New England respectfully declined. Miami, interesting with the Tua thing. I just wonder, since you're stuck with Tua, do you try it again? Say, well, we just go all in again, even though it would behoove us to do this. Do they just eat the money and say, screw you, buddy, we're completely tearing this thing down? Again, does Mike McDaniel stay? Part of that also factors in too. But a great question. Again, RJ MacPot, you have one raffle ticket now to our contest. You're $1 away, by the way, from another raffle ticket. You could do that at any point over the next 2 weeks, somewhere before the end of November, of working those additional questions in. Wudi, now that the show is coming near its conclusion, I can't help but reference Macho Talks Jets again because, at the end of the show, he brought you full screen like this and said, hey, can you give a plug for, all the stuff you do? And he gave this plug for Boy Green Meets Woody. You say sometimes there's some yelling at each other that occurs. He just said, if you like some of that, tune into Boy Green Meets Woody Tuesdays and Thursdays. And as we're going through the show, I just hearken back to that story. And I love your stories, Woody. I love gathering around the campfire and you say, come on, kids, here's a story. Let me tell you something. I just got to say, I appreciate your stories, man. They're great. Top notch.
Don't even know how to take that. But what I will take is an opportunity to answer CBW's question, which is, who's a QB next year?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a question that we need to answer right now. Again, there's a lot of different options.
You can make some good money on a futures Jets quarterback bet. Who's starting right now? It was based on all the information.
No, I know. I understand. That was a pause for a reason. It wasn't for you to fill up the time.
I appreciate that. So go ahead, lay it on us. What's your bet, Woody man?
No, it's not. That's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to say right now. Is that
I know, but I want you to say it. So go ahead, give an answer. He's asking a question. Let's give it.
Yeah, my point is that you don't have to force drafting a QB. That's the whole problem. Is feeling obligated to force. You have 3 first-round picks in 2027. It's a issue that can also be addressed the following year. If there's not a QB that meshes with you in the draft, you don't have to draft. If there's not a veteran QB that's there for a price that you're willing to pay, then actually you need to get a veteran. So
that's because a rookie isn't starting no matter what, though. So you were just talking about, you don't know what the draft, it could be this year, next year. How does that answer CBW? No matter what, if they land number 1 overall and it's Fernando Mendoza, he's not starting week 1. If the Jets are doing it right, he's not anywhere near that.
That's what we want. That's what we want. There's no
so you think that you think that they're going to try out a rookie quarterback week 1?
They could. Why? That's what's been happening. That's literally what's been happening.
Yeah, but those are other regimes. How is Aaron Glenn a slave to what other Jets regimes did?
Well, I definitely never called him a slave, but I'm just saying that that's what they've done. That's commonplace in the NFL. Look at who was just drafted. Every year.
Yeah, you're right. Tyler Shuck. Oh, wait. He started on the bench. Oh, wait. Everyone not named Cam Ward started on the bench. What are you talking about?
Tyler Shuck, did you really just pick someone who was not drafted in the top 5? We're talking about top 5. We just said
talking about
number
top
1
5.
overall pick. You just said the words.
I did not
If the
say
Jets
number 1
get the
overall
number
pick.
1 overall pick
That's not-
and pick Francis,
I was saying to an extreme level, even if they took him number 1 overall, they wouldn't start week 1.
I'm sorry, you didn't tell me when you backed off of this hypothetical situation because you just said that.
Because you said it's common. It's commonplace that rookies start immediately. That's not true.
It's commonplace that yes, that first overall picks that they start.
What you said, but okay.
That is what they've been doing.
You said first round quarterbacks. You said it's common.
I
guess you're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Okay. Damn, this beard thing got you. He's got you out of whack. It got you out of whack. I hope the Jets win for your sake, just so you don't even have to go through it, because you're feeling it right now.
Mm-hmm. Was that a question? Oh, I'm sorry, Alex Trebek. I didn't feel a question.
No, it wasn't a question. It was not a question.
Okay.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll wrap up the show today.
Please, I mean, you normally wrap up the show. You're
what? Wait, are you
are intro man. Let's look back at the tape. You're saying you don't wrap up shows?
I literally.
Oh, okay. So I want you to do this. Okay, I'm gonna grab it. So after the show is over, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to screen grab an episode where you wrapped up the show since you said you didn't do it. You've never done it.
Good luck.
And then when that is there, what are you going to do? Are you going to shave your beard, James Wudi? Are you going to apologize to the master? You said it's never happened, so you should be willing to bet anything. You should be willing to bet sniper on family.
Screen grab that saying that it's never happened.
Sniper on families. Okay? Sniper on families. If I come up with that clip, apparently the clip doesn't exist.
Screen grab me saying that it's never happened because I didn't say those words. It's crazy.
What did you say then? What did you say? What did you say? Yeah, you're saying. What did I say? What did I say? So I'm asking you. What did you? So you've never ended an episode before?
I'm saying that you close out the shows. That's what you usually close out the shows. That's what we do. And now all of a sudden, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Your equilibrium is off, man.
That's right.
I just feel bad. And I think we all feel bad. So we'll leave it at that. Prayers out here for my guy, boy Green. He about to lose inches of his beard. Not even his whole beard. That's it's not even that bad. It's not that bad. It's not. You still gonna have a beard.
Look at the length of your beard versus the length of my beard. You're saying it's not that bad as a guy who swims in shallow waters over there. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. People have all kinds of.
Well, apparently there is something wrong with that because you're acting a fool right now because you let them be in shallow waters. So there clearly is something wrong with that. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're out here about to be in the kiddie pool. Just let this just be a lesson. To just you can root for your team, but. We weren't that good this season. This wasn't the season to make bets. But we can bet on ourselves that we will be here live Thursday at 3 p.m. for Third Party Thursday to talk Ravens Jets. And I guess that will be the last episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi before Boy Green shaves his beard.
Yeah, or the Jets beat the Baltimore Ravens, and Woody's on the greatest apology tour of all time. What's actually going to happen, we will see. I will be at the airport. I'll tell you guys ahead of time. I'll be at the airport on Thursday because I'm heading off to the Notre Dame game with my pop to go catch Notre Dame Syracuse, which will be great. So we'll get to spend a few days out there, which is beautiful. So right before I jump on a plane, we're squeezing in some Boy Green Meets Wudi. We already have a Ravens guest booked. You guys can go check that out on the YouTube live show and already start liking that video and being ready for it. So it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the questions. We hope we answered them. We was trying our best, but my man's out here started talking about veins in the human body. I mean, come on. So I was trying to drive him back on topic. Come on, man. Come on. Nay. Come on. Come back on topic. Come on now. But it was super tough. You can bring a horse to the lake, but you can't make it drink. Come on now. We had a great episode, and that's going to be a great time on Thursday. Holla at your boys. It's the best show. It's just the best show there is.
Peace, everybody.